What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the video. My name is Ashley and this is Grayson, and we've been living on the road full time for over 4.5 years, and just over 6 months ago we moved into our new 2024 Cirrus 820, so we figured it's the perfect time to give a little review of our setup.
And not only are we going to review our setup, but we've also done a few upgrades between the truck and the camper, and we really want to talk about them and if they were worth it and our thoughts on the entire setup as a whole as well as the camper. And we're super excited to bring you along with us.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Our 2024 Cirrus 820 on our 2019 Ford F450 is an absolute unit. So we used to have a 2017 Cirrus on a 2019 F250, and being full-time on the road, it was just about time that we upgrade to the 450. There are so many benefits, they're honestly endless. From the wide track front axle to the ability to super single, the ability to have a long bed, but we'll get into that in a second. Let's talk about what we've done to this truck as it sits. So it currently has a 3.5-inch Wicked Customs suspension, I would say level more than a lift. And it's got Fox 2.0 reservoirs all the way around. Truth be told, I wish I went with the 2.5s for better oil displacement, but it's okay. The Fox 2.0s are absolutely great. It allows us with that little level to run these Toyo AT3s. They're a great all-terrain tire with a great load capacity for our use, but they're wrapped on Stasworks custom dually wheels that are 20 by 11, I'm pretty sure, or maybe 20 by 10, don't quote me, it's been a while since we purchased them. And it just looks absolutely amazing. They have this military finish to them. They're totally custom. They're actually for the dually, but I have them on the cab chassis, so it makes it a little wider in the rear, but they look great. But one of the main reasons why we got a long bed, or the 60CA cab chassis, was for the long bed, better rephrased. And now we have a 9.5 foot bed with a short bed truck camper, which allows us to have something like this. A 30-inch garage box that's 41 inches tall, around 83 inches long. But then it also allows us to have these kind of side boxes. So instead of having a truck bed here that's kind of blocking in and you can't access anything or store anything in there, we have these stable camper truck bed boxes. And let me just show you, these are the false wall boxes. And they're incredible. They're huge. And this is kind of very unorganized, so please forgive us here, but you can just see how much more space we have. If I were to start stacking stuff on here and bring it to the top, I've probably got another 18, 20 inches from here to up here if I wanted to fully maximize the storage here. Our front box is actually practically empty. There's not much in there because most of it is going to our storage unit in Vegas. So plenty of storage abilities or capability, and we're super stoked with how this turned out. Our truck camper setup sits at 20.5 feet long with the bike rack on, so around 26 without it, 12.5 feet tall, and around 15,500 pounds. And after that's all said and done, I would say the suspension upgrades as well as the tire upgrades and how we have the truck set up, I'd personally say that this rig drives super well for its size. I don't think anything out there drives this well unless you have like liquid springs on it, which is so much money. So I'm not against liquid springs or anything, I just don't have that kind of money. But the way we have it set up is super plush on and off road. It drives like a Cadillac on road. It doesn't drive quite like a rally car off road, but it can hit washboard roads no problem. I'm not hitting whoops or doing anything crazy, but we do off road. And I'd say the main downside is having a stock sway bar on this thing. So when you're articulating or driving over a rock shelf or anything like that, and the entire camper is doing this, you can really feel it inside. So that's definitely something that I'm looking forward to figuring out or fixing. There's a lot of guys with these big trucks that remove their front sway bar, but I'm definitely not doing that. Absolutely love this setup, but let's talk about why we love our camper so much before hopping inside. As previously mentioned, we did have a 2017 Cirrus 820 before upgrading to our beautiful 2024 Cirrus 820. So we were already very familiar with the product and its characteristics, its size, and how we were going to set it up once we got this one. But what's always drawn us to these products is their looks. There's nothing on the road that looks as beautiful as these campers. Their design, they're so sleek, they're designed so well, and then their build quality. We personally believe there's nothing quite built like these guys. They're Amish built, they're really built out, they're just built really well. And so they're really built different, they really are different, and they really last for all of our adventures. We unfortunately test their products a little bit harder than we probably should, but if they're all in one piece and nothing breaks, and that's what keeps surprising us and kind of where our love for the product comes from. And they're also beautiful inside. let's go inside and check it out.
Hopefully we did a good job with going outside and around the truck and the camper and giving some specs, information, upgrades, and all that kind of stuff that we did. If you do have any further questions about that, definitely drop them below. That's Grayson's expertise. All I know is I like how it looks, it rides great, and that's all that matters to me. But let's go ahead and go inside and I'll walk you through it a little bit, give you a tiny little tour, but also share some thoughts and information and upgrades that we've done inside. I love the door they went with in this camper. There are little storage compartments and there's also a little trash bin at the bottom. We don't really use it for trash because it's a little bit small, but it is nice to use for other things. And there's also a little window on the back, which is super nice to be able to see outside the back of our camper. The bathroom in here might be small, but it's nothing we're not used to. It's pretty similar to the bathroom that we had in our old camper, but I do love that the sink is now to the side so you can wash your hands to the side. The last one I actually folded down, so I love that. They also add a little hanging rack for towels, which is very practical, and this is a wet bath, so you have your shower head, you have your toilet, it's all in one. There's a medicine cabinet that actually opens up, which is great. We decided to put up 2 more shelves just to give us a little more storage in the bathroom, but overall the bathroom is very well thought out, and it has this little sliding door instead of an actual door, which is a really good design for such a small space. And right across from the bathroom, when you walk in the door, there's a huge hanging closet, which is the same as our last one. Love having that space. But one upgrade that we did in this camper that has been a game changer is we've added these little shoe racks type of thing. They stick onto the wall. You can put shoes in there, which has been really practical for keeping some of our shoes that we slide on and off often. I feel like in our kitchen is where we've done the most little upgrades. It's all little things because it is thought out really well. The first thing is, which is the biggest thing, is we actually have an induction cooktop instead of a propane cooktop. It usually comes that way, but we don't have propane, so induction is the way to go for us. We've also added a little hanging knife rack. We've added a paper towel holder and then some spice racks over here. This up here actually is a spice rack, but it doesn't fit some of the bigger spices, so we figured it made sense to add that and use this for some other stuff like fruit, and it's been really helpful. Love the storage in here. There are 2 big cabinets up here, and then there is another cabinet below, which has been really great. The one complaint I do have with the kitchen that I find a little bit interesting is there are no drawers, so silverware is a little bit interesting, but we have decided to put our silverware up here, and it's just in a tray, so it does work well. And then of course we have a fridge, and we also have a microwave that is also a convection oven, which has been really great. So yes, it's a small kitchen, but it has everything we need. In our dining area, we really haven't had to do much. They did such a great job here. They have added a raised dinette instead of being right on the floor because there are batteries actually under here, and then it has also allowed it to have huge cabinets underneath both of our seats, which is amazing. You can actually fit so much in there, so that has been great. And of course this table also does turn into a bed or a couch or whatever, but we usually leave it like this. We just find that it's the most practical for us. And really the only thing we've done in here is add some greenery to hide some of our stuff that we put back there and make it look a little cuter, I guess. And we've added some little storage hanging stuff, but other than that we really haven't done much here because we think it's pretty perfect. I wish I would have mentioned this earlier, but one of the things that I noticed when I first walked in this camper is the colors and just the look of this whole camper. I love the colors that they went with in here. The light grays and the whites just make it feel very airy and very open. It's also a very modern and sleek design, which I really love, and especially compared to our 2017, it was a lot darker of a camper, the dark browns. It was still very beautiful, but the light colors has been a game changer, and it's absolutely beautiful. But anyways, moving up into the bedroom, we have on both sides, we have our storage compartments, which are huge and they fit a lot of stuff. And we also have storage compartments down here, and there's even storage behind our pillows towards the back. It's kind of hard to show from here, but there is so much storage in here. The one con, I guess I would say I have with the bedroom is there used to be actual cabinets here, like it would shut and lock just like every other compartment in here, but this one they've left open. I don't really know what the purpose was for that. I personally don't love it because when we're driving around all of my stuff kind of falls out, and plus I'd rather just have it closed and not be able to see it. But Other than that, I really do love the bedroom. Haven't done too much up here besides adding a few little hanging compartments for more storage. A storage box here. I also had this in our 2017 version. And we also have some hangers for our hats, just to keep them out of the way.
Over the last 6 months, we've been super impressed with this camper, and we're actually going to start that turn into a mini tour. But if you're new here and have never seen the inside of our camper, we're actually excited it turned out that way, because you really got to see what we added to this camper, and you really realize that, and we've realized that it actually is not as much as we thought it was. It's all storage solutions more than anything. It all allows us to make this camper more practical for us to live in. So everyone's upgrades, if you've seen somebody else's video like this, or storage solution additions, are going to look different. There aren't many upgrades that need to be done to this camper because this camper was very well thought out. We're super impressed with nuCamp and their entire team and what they do with every single one of their units, not only truck campers. Every unit is very well thought out, and I can't even say that this camper has held up. A lot of people go, oh, my camper has been holding up. Our camper doesn't hold up. Our camper is incredible. It was built as a vessel for adventure. That's like the best way to put it.
Yeah, absolutely. So clearly we love our camper. We love our new setup. It has been amazing. It's taken us on so many adventures, but I figured this is the perfect time to share some of our favorite features about the camper. So I'll start. My first favorite thing is all of the lighting in here. There is so much light in here, which is very important in a small space to not make it feel cramped. And not only are there tons of actual lights, but there are tons of windows in here, allowing so much light to come in during the day and just opening this space up so much. And the next thing is the raised dinette. I love that they did the raised dinette because there are huge cabinets, which I was talking about earlier, and they're just very practical, a very good use of storage, and we can fit so much stuff in there. So those are probably my top 2 favorite things, but there are so many.
So speaking of windows, one of my favorite is the Stargazer. Super awesome at night. Crank that window shade open, look out, and just enjoy the stars. I know there's other brands with those windows. I know our 2017 had a Stargazer, but it's still one of my favorite features of this camper. My favorite feature of the 2024 model, because that's just specific to nuCamp. My favorite, or Cirrus is, but my favorite features of the 2024 model would be this vent fan. It's amazing. I'm a huge airflow guy, and this camper is very well insulated, so even when it's cold out, it's still warm in here, and even when it's warm out, it's still cool in here. And so I always need airflow. Doesn't matter the time of day. It's actually not on now, and I'm doing okay. So
it's really chilly out today, though.
It is really chilly out. So, and we were out there filming, so it was chilly out. So we're still warming up, but it was warm in here. So when we got in here, it was great. But I'm a huge airflow guy, so this is very important. I also like the new vent fan in the bathroom. It's really cute looking. It's super modern looking. And this isn't a new thing, but the Aldi system is incredible. If you've never experienced radiant heating,
it's a game changer.
Experience radiant heating. That's all I have to say, because we've had campers in the past that have forced hot air heating. It doesn't even compare to the Aldi system. And just a quick little rundown of what that is. It's a system that heats glycol, that it gets kind of transported throughout the entire camper through tubes and radiators, and the heat comes through those, or the heated glycol goes through those radiators and actually radiates into the camper. So there's no hot and cold spots. When it's cold out and you're using that Aldi, it's warm through and through this entire camper. Oh, and there's heat in the bathroom. Super awesome. And that same system heats your water as well. So love that system.
Hot water.
Yeah, love that system. And those are probably my favorite things about this camper. Now, with all that said, it's time for us to get to the last section of the video, which is commonly asked questions, and we came up with 4. There's more questions than this that we usually get, but these were the easiest ones, or not easiest, but the ones that came to our head right away when we wrote down, okay, what are some questions we want to answer that people ask us? So if you have any other questions that aren't listed here, please make sure to leave them down in the comments below. Just don't ask for a social or anything, or like our credit card. Don't be weird. Just ask questions about the rig, about the lifestyle, about the camper, about the truck, and nothing more. But let's start with question number 1.
Question number 1 is, what is the weight of the camper? The camper is 2,847 pounds.
And that leads us to question number 2, which is, what are the tank sizes? And so to start, the freshwater's 33 gallons, the black is 28, and the gray is 32. So the freshwater can last us around 7 days if we're super conservative with it. We drink a lot of water, our dogs drink a lot of water, we cook a lot. And so with that, it only lasts as little as we use it, if that makes sense.
It's usually 5 to 7, I would say.
And our black tank can last 2 weeks minimum. Our gray lasts as long as our fresh usually.
Yeah, and then the next question is, do you need an F450 to carry the Cirrus 820? And the answer is no. We used to have our Cirrus 820 on our F250, and we had no problems. It was great. It was like that for 2.5 years. Grayson already went over some of the reasons we upgraded to the F450, so for us, it was worth it to upgrade, but the Cirrus 820 can go on any 3/4 ton truck.
And the fourth question is, how much solar do you have? What are your solar specs? How much battery do you have? And so this camper has 370 watts of solar on the roof, which is soon to be more. And it has 600 amp hours of battle-born lithium batteries, a 3,000 watt inverter. And so safe to say our camper is fully off-grid. We can run our induction cooktop, our microwave, our Aldi, anything from wherever without being plugged in, which is a game changer.
That is going to wrap up this video and our little 6-month review of our truck and our new camper. We love it so much. I'm sure it's probably pretty easy to see, but it's been amazing being able to be an ambassador for Cirrus. If you did not know already, we're Cirrus ambassadors, nuCamp ambassadors, and we just love being able to work with a brand that we love so much.
If you made it this far in this video, it's obvious that you kind of like the video as much as we like our camper. So please give this video a thumbs up. It helps us out so much. And if you're new here, or if you're not new here and you're kind of just watching our videos and you're not subscribed, subscribe. What are you waiting for? And then if you want to stay up to date with our future videos, like I said, we have a lot of travels coming up, a solar upgrade potentially. Shh, don't tell anybody. Make sure to hit the bell so you're notified first when we post next. But until next time, we love you guys. Peace out, y'all.
Bye.